Hey everybody, it's Silverseeker, and today we have a fun little video for you. This is a really cool showcase video, if you will. We're just showcasing some really cool silver medals. I believe these were minted in the 70s, don't quote me on that, but this is the Danbury Mint's Men in Space series proof set. There are 21 silver coins here. They're all sterling silver that the Danbury Mint put out to commemorate early US spaceflight. And there's all sorts of early space missions on here, so we can take a look at all 21 of these, and you can see the design on each one. These are really cool. Now, they weigh about 0.7 ounces each of sterling silver. There's 21 coins in a set, so that comes up to 14.7 ounces of sterling silver total between the entire set. So really quick, let's go ahead and get started, but really quick, guys, if you haven't done so yet, we are doing our 50 silver coins for 50,000 subscribers giveaway. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, there will be a link in the description below. Make sure you go ahead and check that out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss any future videos and notifications. All right, so the first one we have right here, guys, as you can see, this is the first U.S. man in space, Alan Shepard Jr. And on the back of each one of these, and as you can see, these were not taken very well care of by the original owner before I got them. They originally came in like a blue, it's like a Dansko album kind of type thing, but not as good quality. And it sat in there until I finally took it out of there, so it was probably in there for decades. But anyway, this is Mercury 3 mission, begin manned space flight on rocket Redstone, and it talks about the orbit, the distance, 297 miles, and the date here you can see May 5th of 1961. All right, the second one here, the second U.S. man in space, Virgil Grissom. And the same thing, July 21st of 61, and the same thing. It talks about, you know, the orbit, the rocket he rode on, how far he went. So at the time, he was the farthest one up at 303 miles. And then you have the first U.S. man in orbit, John Glenn. So this one right here, same thing. Distance 80,966 miles on February 20th of 62. And then here you go, you got the second U.S. man in orbit, Scott Carpenter. And this one right here, very cool, May 24th of 62. So you can see I do have these in order. And the next one is the third U.S. man in orbit, Walter Schirra, is that correct? Walter Schirra. And that was October 3rd of 1962. And these are going to start falling over. I know I put them in order for this video. It's okay if they get out of order at this point. But the next one, we have the first U.S. long flight by Gordon Cooper Jr., and this one, he 546,000 miles, 22 orbits around the Earth on May 5th of 1963. What an achievement back then. That is so cool. Next up, of course, we have the Gemini. So we have Rendezvous with Gemini 6 from Lovell and Borman. And this happened December 4th of 1965. And then we have the first Apollo flight, Shira, Eisel, and Cunningham. And I am probably chopping up some of these names. I apologize. But this one happened October 11th of 1968. So really cool. And look how far that was, 4 million miles, 4,075 miles, 163 revolutions. That is really awesome. Man, what an achievement. Could you imagine back then being just, how cool is that? Just, you know, breaking the threshold back then for sure. And then we have the first repeated space rendezvous, this one, Stafford and Kernan. And that happened June 3rd of 1966 on Gemini 9. All right, next up we have the first space rendezvous with Stafford and Schirra. And that was December 15th of 1965. Then we have the first U.S. two-man flight, Young and Grissom, on March 23rd of 65. So Gemini 3 right here. Were these out of order? I think maybe they were not all the way in order. I apologize. Sorry about that. I thought I had them in order, but these have fallen over multiple times, so oops. Anyway, Gemini 3 mission, test orbital maneuverability on the Titan II. Distance 80,000 miles on March 23rd of 65. And then we have the first U.S. spacewalk by McDivitt White. And we have the Gemini 4 right there. So mission attempt extravehicular activity. And how cool is that? June 3rd of 1965. We have the lunar module test, McDivitt, Scott, and Schweikert. And that one right there, the Apollo 9 on March 3rd of 1969. 3.8 million miles, 151 revolutions on the Saturn V rocket. And then here we go. We have the first space-made vehicle, Young and Collins. And that happened on July 18th of 1966. Gemini 10, mission rendezvous with 2 orbiting vehicles and 1.2 million miles, 43 revolutions. Next up, here we go. First repeated space docking, Conrad and Gordon. This one on September of 1966. They had a mission of tying 2 vehicles together while orbiting. Really, really awesome. All right, extended spacewalks by Lovell and Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin, take a look. We got November 11th of 66. Mission was to determine ability of astronauts to work in space. Rocket Titan II, 59 revolutions for 1.6 million miles. All right, so this one right here, this one has a bunch of fingerprints on it. So like I said, these were not well taken care of by the original owners. But first docking to target Armstrong and Scott. This one, man, this one really, this one probably fell out a couple of times, and they held it with their fingers. You can see, wow, just, this is what happens with silver coins if you hold them with your greasy fingers. That's why I have gloves on almost all the time. Even if it doesn't look it right away, this will happen. But rendezvous and connect with a Gina target vehicle. How awesome. All right, we are getting close to the bottom of this really cool set. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This one right here is the first manned lunar orbit, Borman, Lovell, and Anders. And that was the Apollo 8 manned orbit of the moon, rocket on Saturn V, 580,000 miles, Earth 1.5, moon. So they revolved around Earth 1.5 times and 10 times around the moon. Now that, man, that would have been so cool to be floating around the moon, And then, of course, Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins, the first ever moon landing. I mean, this right here is about as famous as it gets. Take a look at this. Mankind's first landing on another planet. Rocket Saturn V. Revolutions on Earth, 1.5. 30 revolutions around the moon for almost 1 million miles. July 16th of 1969. Now that's history right there, guys. Holy smokes. And then here we go. This one right here, approach to moon. Now this one's not in bad shape, but there's one little fingerprint there. Stafford, Cernan, and Young on May 18th, 1969. Very, very awesome. And then finally, and this is the last one in the set, we have the first extended flight of Cooper and Conrad, Gemini 5. Investigate problems of orbital rendezvous. This one happened August 21st of 1965. So they weren't quite in order I thought they were, but that's okay. There is the entire set, guys, so that's all 21. I thought I had them in order. I didn't, but that's okay. It doesn't change the fact that they're really cool. I hope you enjoyed viewing them. If you guys did, if you like this video, don't forget to go down below and hit the like. It really helps us out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And guys, again, don't forget about our 50 silver coins for 50,000 subscribers giveaway. Video will be in the description below. Make sure you click the link and go check it out. And we'll see you next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I did leave a video above you can check out if you haven't seen it yet. I also want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to my awesome channel supporters scrolling right there on the right hand of the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.